Welcome, guys, to my Creative Corner. This is Claudette with Miss Puff Creative Corner, and today I'll be sharing with you a fun fold card. And this particular fun fold card is called a bridge fold card. And let me know if you're here with me this happy Sunday. And if you're on the sidelines, come on in, say hi. I am in the Orlando, Florida area. Let me know if you guys are hearing me loud and clear and that is no echo in the background and that you could see me okay. That would be greatly appreciated. So the products that I'm going to be creating this fun fold card with, it's a stamp set and it's coordinating die, and it's called Sending Hugs. And the coordinating dies is called Laying Hugs, and these are by Stampin' Up, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. So what we're going to go ahead and do is go ahead and face the camera down on the table and we'll get started. I'll have the measurements on a piece of paper. So if you want to go ahead and craft along with me, you could do that too as well, or at a later time. So this is the stamp set that's called Sending Hugs, and the coordinating dies. And those dies, you get 8 pieces with that. And if you buy them together, you save 10%. So you could always find me on my online store if you're interested in any of these products that I'm using today. So let me bring out that paper I have with the measurements. So on your card base, you're going to need a card base. I'm using just some white heavy cardstock that's measuring 4 1/4 by 8 inches. So you're going to need one for that. Then you're going to need 2 pieces of paper measuring, or cardstock measuring 4 1/8 by 2 7/8. And then you're going to need 2 small pieces here. And these here are designer series paper, and this is measuring 1 inch by 4 inches. And the designer series paper that I'm using today, I featured that in a previous video, and it's called Pansy Petal Designer Series Paper. And I just love that ginger print. And this is one of our new in color. This is called, what is this one called? Papaya. It's pale papaya. And this is the part of the suite. This is a paper that I'm using. See the beautiful ginger and then the pansy flowers over here. Isn't that beautiful? So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get my scoring tool out, and we have a trimmer and a scoring tool together. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that out. I took the cutting blade off so I don't accidentally cut, and we're just going to go ahead and score. So we're going to be scoring along the 8-inch side. And let me bring this down so you could see me. And I'm going to keep those measurements there if you want to get your papers together. So you could start creating too as well. So on the 8-inch side, we're going to score at 1 1/4. Then we're going to bring it down to 2.5. So you're going to do 1 1/4 and 2.5 on each side. So what I'm going to do is turn my paper around, and then we'll do that, repeat that on this side. 1 1/4. And then 2.5. And if you choose to just score straight down the line, so it'll be 1 1/4, 2.5. So you could write these measurements down: 5.5, and then 6 3/4, and those are in inches. So I'm going to go ahead and put my trimmer up. I hope you guys could see those measurements okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get my bone folder, because we're going to go ahead and fold those crease marks. So on this outer score line, we're going to fold that on the outside. So I'm just going to get my bone folder and make that crease nice and tight. Then we'll fold the other end going out. And then we'll fold these inner pieces going in. And I should show you my sample, right? That would be a good idea. And so that's how we have it, and it stands up. Okay, so let me show you my sample before I go any further. Let me know if you guys could hear me okay and see me all right. So this would fit in your regular A2 envelope. So I just have it in there so you'll have an idea and see that it fits, okay? So it fits, and it comes out, and it stands up like this. All right, so you could fold it, go in both directions. So now we're gonna go out. I cut this out. You're gonna need a scrap piece of white paper to cut this out with. And let's see here. And it's gonna be approximately 4 inches by 3 1/4 inches to cut out that hug sign. And let me just bring you that in. When I put that through my die cutting machine, I run it through twice to make sure all those intricate parts get cut. We also have a tool, is a brush that sits on our take your pick tool. You just take this end out and screw this end in. These are purchased separately. The brush comes with 2 sponges, but I usually use it just like this. So where you see the dies and they have those small little holes, it's nice to keep it on the original paper that you cut it in, and just start getting those holes and getting those small little pieces out. And that metal die would help from prevent you from tearing your die. So you just brush around where those holes are, so those pieces could fall right out. All right, thank you, Warren, for letting me know that you could hear me okay. That's greatly appreciated. I was wondering if I was here by myself. All right. And then you go ahead and take that off of your die, and pretty much all of them I have one little piece, a couple little pieces right here. I'll take a little your pokey tool or your piercing tool and just punch those out, those other little pieces that didn't get out. So, and that's it, they all came out. So that's how we use that there. And it's nice with the dies because you could cut out individual letters for the word hugs. They also have some flowers that you cut out, some leaves. And they have some small, very tiny sentiments. And what's so nice about it is the labels. They have little labels that you cut those sentiments out with. All right, so back to making our card. So that should have given you some time to get your pieces together if you want to craft along with me. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add our panels. So I am going to add the little piece of panel right in here. And those center panels, again, is measuring 4 1/8 by 2 7/8 in inches. You could stamp on this, put at whatever designs you would like. I am going to keep that simple because I have the smaller sentiments that I'll put on there. So I'll just get some multi-purpose glue and go ahead and glue that part down. So I'm just going to try to get it as even as I can. So you want those white edges to be an even amount all around. Then what I'm going to do is take the smaller panels and add them here. And these are measuring 1 inch by 4 inches. And I'm just doing the outer panels. If you want, you could do all your panels if you choose to. So once again, I'm going to try to center that. And we'll do it the same thing on the opposite side. If you guys are watching from the YouTube area, and if you're new to my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload my latest videos or if I am going live. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it, this other side, make sure, see if they would line up together. And then for the back, you could do back here. You could put a piece of paper right here so you could write your little message. And it adds a little color to it. You don't have to do this part if you don't choose to. And this panel is the same thing as the other panel in the front, the center panel, 4 1/8 by 2 7/8. And the beauty of the liquid glue is that you have enough time to move it around if it's not centered. And I use the glitter art glue because when it dries clear and not tacky. So I went ahead and stamped one of the florals, one of the flowers. And I'm just going to add this design to the back while I'm back here. All right, and on my sample, I stamped thinking of you down here to the bottom, but it's like so tiny. All right, so I'm going to leave this other one here blank for the time being. So back to the front. So what I did is with the hugs die, I cut this out on the heavier cardstock. We have 2-weight cardstock, a lighter weight and a heavier weight. The heavier weight you use for the base of the card. And I'm going to put 2 of them together just to give it extra strength because it's in the middle. And I still have a little bit of these things I need to pop out. Being that is the bridge of the card, I just want it to be a little stronger. So I'm just going to put 2 together. So what I'm going to do is, this is my silicone mat. I'm just going to add some glue down here. You could do this several ways. I'm going to take a little sponge and then I'm just going to add some glue on top of here. And with this, you want to do it with a glue that dries, not tacky. And I'm just going to add these 2 together. I'm just going to try to focus on those letters lining up first. And they don't have to line up perfectly because it gives you that layering look effect. All right, so now we're going to add the bridge to our card. So what you want to do is you want to bring, let's say, the left side in, and you're going to leave the right side straight. And so you want to add some glue to here and just on this, and you bridging this to the other panel. Just there to the tip. Yes, Warren, I do love the hug designs. It's so pretty. I mean, you could do so many things. You could really color, just take a marker and just color the words hugs and leave this be white. Or you could sponge at it and do it another color. And also with the letters, let me see if I have with the letters here. Also, you could cut out the letters from the die here that says hugs, and you have individual letters. You could put it in a printed pattern. You could add just a different solid color. For instance, like this is an H, but the only thing is like, let's see, is that the one? No, that's not the one. I cut out some earlier. Let's see if I find them. Just wanted to show you how it looks. And then once you cut out the hugs for the other die, you could save this and use this on your cardstock too and create a different card with that. Let's see if it's in this bag right here. I think this is the H that goes with it. So you could cut that individual letter out and you could add it just like that. And it gives it a different look. You could make them multiple colors, different colors. So you could get really creative with this design or with this stamp set and die. It's coordinating dies. I'm glad that you mentioned that, Lauren. All right, so back to doing our bridge. So I'm just going to try to even it up there and then add the glue to that. So I'm just going to lift this up, add a little bit of glue here. Then I'm just going to make sure this lays flat, and then I'm going to add a little bit of glue right here, just so it could catch. I'm just going to hold some pressure down on that. So this should be able to fold both ways. You see that? So I'm showing you how it bends and folds either way. And you're going to fold it just like that to fit down in your card. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. My glue didn't hold to, when I sponged it on, it wasn't enough. Let's see. So just add some more glue on that and give it a minute. So I also went ahead and dye or stamp these little sentiments on there, sending you, and it's going to say hugs and kisses, and I went ahead and cut those out with the label dies. So on this sample right here, I added some small little dimensionals to the back of this, saying sending you, and as well as here. So it says sending you hugs and kisses. So I think I'm just going to change up how I place these. So I'm going to put sending you right on top of the hugs instead of in that center panel. So I'm going to add that right up here with some multi-purpose glue. And then I'm going to continue to put and kisses. I already put dimensionals to the back of this, and I'm going to add it to the bottom on that center panel. And it's nice to have tweezers for these. So I'm going to add some liquid glue. And this, again, you want glue that's going to dry clear and not tacky, because you don't want it to stick to your back panels when you close your card. Now, if you wanted to use a strip, you could use a strip that comes along here, once you use, and if you cut a strip, because you'll see some people have designs with the strip, and that strip is going to measure, let's see, 1 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, to do your bridge, you want that you're going to fold it down the same way, put it down this way, and also down to this end. And then you could design on top of it. And let's see if this here is finished drawing. Yep, so there we have our bridge fold card. And if you want, you could add some bows to that, or some rhinestone. Like I have a piece of twine here in this, and that would match that color there nicely if you choose to. You could add some Winka Stella to give it a little shine. to enhance that color. If you guys got any creative value from this, go ahead and give me that thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, Passion. Thank you for joining me. How are you, Miss Naomi? All right. And let's go ahead and switch on back over. All right. Thank you guys for sharing part of your Sunday with me. And I would catch you guys on the next video. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. If you're interested in any of the products that I use here today, you could see it over on my online store, MissPuffCreativeCorner.com. Leave me a comment down below. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next week. Until next time, bye for now.